What's going on, everybody? It's Eli here from TreeFall Studios, and welcome to a brand new bonus devlog for May's Pedestal of Trials. If you've been keeping up with this devlog series for this game, you will have realized that the last episode that I posted about a month ago, I said it was going to be the final devlog, but as I tweaked a ton of different things right before submission, I decided there was enough that was changed that I should just go ahead and show you guys another video and make a video about it. And on top of all of that, for those who are following along and who are interested in game development, it gives another insight into the process of, things are going to change last minute. You're always going to keep making tweaks right up until the very end. So at this point in time of recording, the game has been completed and it has been submitted to Sony for North America and for Europe. So the next video you see out of this game will be the release date trailer and all of that coming very soon. So I decided to go ahead and show a bunch of the new little changes. So starting off here in the hub world, it's still the interactive tutorial, but I decided to change this text to make it a little bit more clear. It used to say obstacles or falling will respawn. I kind of changed the respawn you at the start part as well, and I added just hitting obstacles or falling to make it just a little bit more clear. I just didn't really like the text at the end. This is still the same. Now, don't be alarmed. When I drop the checkpoint, the text is not going to change appropriately because this is the Sony version of the game, and I'm running it through the PC. I'm playing it in the editor in Unity. So the trophies are all in there, and whenever there's an area with trophies, it breaks some of the code because it throws errors or whatever. So that changes correctly in the game. But one of the major changes that I wanted to show you guys was I changed the hideous old checkpoint, which was the old maze sign that spinned around. It was a little too big and too intrusive. It would take up too much space. So what I decided to do was model this small little crystal instead. So it takes up less screen space, but you can still see it, so you know where you're going to warp back to. It's also transparent, as you can see. You can still read the text through this checkpoint when you drop it in front of you. That was a big thing for me whenever I was playing through this and testing it. And you have this cool interactive tutorial, and you place the checkpoint, and the big sign takes up half the screen, and you can't even tell that the tutorial text changes behind you to tell you how to warp back to it. So I decided to go with something smaller and transparent, and as you can see, I gave it real-time reflections, so wherever you place them, it's pretty cool. It will reflect a little bit of the level as it spins around, and then if you press the L2 button, it will warp you right back to it. So that's a major change that I wanted to show off before the game came out. And I also decided to add the run tutorial text right here because I realized I didn't even have it because I thought it was kind of explanatory, but the R2 button was not how you ran originally in the first game, so I figured I'd throw one in here, and they both also delete themselves as you go around the corner. So that's it for the tutorial changes, and there are some major changes for the hub. So I redid the hub sign in order to match the new signs that have all the random animations. He's got his random idle animation, he has that jump animation right there. Sometimes he'll look around, different things. In the remaster of Maze for the PS4, I made a couple different idle animations for the sign, and I wrote a new script that chooses random intervals so they're not always playing at the same time. It will always pick a different random animation as time goes on, and it chooses another random interval between a set of numbers. So you can't just sit here and watch him and like every 3 seconds he'll do a random animation. It'll be like every 3 seconds or every 5 seconds or every 7 or whatever he'll change. So just to make him more lifelike. And also for this game, I gave his marbly glass eyes a little bit of reflection, so now he can peer straight into your soul and you can see the rest of the level in his eyes. So that is pretty cool. And also another major change right before submission, I changed the image here for the text, and I also changed what the sign says. Originally, there was just a purple sign that said complete 10 mazes to unlock the final maze, and you don't actually need to beat 10 mazes, you only have to beat 8 of the 10, so I needed to change it anyways, so that's why I decided to go ahead and change it here. This code is also messed up for some reason with the trophies. It stops running, right, because the sign changes the text using code right after you unlock the hub trophy, so all the code right after that is broken for some reason. But don't worry, it works in the regular game, and you can see here this is the one that the text that shows up when the final maze has been opened. But what's pretty cool about this change is instead of him just having one little text piece that he bubbles up to you, depending on how far along you are in the game, it actually changes and says different things. So it's a little bit more lifelike. It's like he's communicating to you as you beat levels. He'll be like, oh, you're doing a great job, keep it up. Or when it starts getting tough, he'll warn you and be like, yikes, the tough mazes are up ahead, basically. And then he'll tell you when you unlock the final maze, and then there's some silly banter that's a surprise at the end if you still keep playing after you've beaten every single level. So just another little touch there, just wanted to show you guys. I thought it's much better than it was before, because I realized in the last devlog that was like a definite change that I had to make before releasing the game, and it hadn't been done yet, so that's thrown in there as well. So also one more quick hub change. I changed this light out and redid all the lighting so it would all be blue in this cavern instead of the green. I thought the green didn't look too good, and the cool blue glow on the walls around the corner here just is more consistent, and I think looks a lot better for that level. So I think that's it for the changes in the hub world and most of the major changes throughout the game. There were a couple small tweaks that I changed in certain levels, just like lighting. I redid the lighting on a couple different levels right there before the end. I changed the clouds on this level right before the end. But one more major change that I wanted to show you, whoops, I fell, is the new songs that I had written. In the last devlog that I said was the final maze devlog, I showed you guys the tomb here, this maze 8 I believe it is. Yep, I showed you this and was quiet for a little bit and let you hear just a little snippet of the new song that I had written for the maze. But I also had to write one more new song, which is for maze 7, so I will go ahead and jump right into that maze and let you take a listen to that song. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good snippet for you guys to check out this song. I really like this one. I think it's really cool and has a nice flow to it. So I hope you guys like that one as well. Just like I got some great feedback on last devlog with the Tombs new song. I love both of them, and I think they add a whole lot to this game. Also, a couple of the changes here, I really spent a lot of time like changing the values. Like, it's unbelievable how much time I spent changing the brightness values, the emission values, and the bloom here for all of this stuff, because I really wanted it to look like this, like glowing really bright lights that you could see reflected in these metal walls here. But the more I played it, I kind of realized, if you spend too much time in the level, it kind of hurts your eyes. And everybody is different. Some people it'll hurt their eyes with even if I turn the brightness down a lot, and some people I could turn up the brightness a lot more and they wouldn't even be bothered. So you just got to balance those kind of things out and try to hope that the most players will be okay with how you've designed the level. And so I turned it down a little bit and toned them around, so I think it'll be easier on people's eyes, but still go for that cool effect that I was going for. So I'm pretty happy with how it's all turned out now. I think this is one of the coolest looking mazes. And one of the other things is I added sound effects to the key pickups and the door pickups, or door openings per se. So I'll be quiet and let you guys check out the new sound effects for these. So yeah, they're written with the same instrument, and there's like basically two different little fanfares. One as you pick up each key, and then one as you open up each door, each colored door. So that's another little touch that I added to the game as well, and I'm just very excited about all the little things that got changed right before the end. Ton of lighting changes, new sign changes, new text, little tweaks here and there, sound effects, new songs, all sorts of things along those lines. And I'm just real excited with how the game's turned out. When I was playing through it and testing it for the very final time, getting the platinum to work and all of that, I just had so much fun, and I'm just really excited for you guys to be able to check it out. So that's going to do it for today's devlog. I hope you guys are excited for this game. It's going to be coming out soon. By the time this devlog posts, you know, it'll probably be within 2 to 3 weeks, and the game will be available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, as long as we don't have any hiccups along the way during the submission process. So hopefully you guys will check it out pretty soon, and be sure to leave me comments on the YouTube videos, send us some tweets, or post on our Facebook. Let us know what you guys are thinking of the game. We always appreciate and love your feedback, and it helps us make better games in the future. If you like this video and you want to see more game development content like this, or you're interested in learning about game development, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. If you got any value out of this video, please drop that thumbs up button down there. That will definitely help us get more views on this video and have YouTube let everybody know that it's a cool devlog for everybody to check out. We do have a Patreon page. We don't push it a ton, but you can check out the links in the description below if you're interested. With that being said, we do shout out all of our patrons on every single video for certain Patreon subscriber tiers. So I got to give a personal shout out to Carmen Red, LV, and Overhyped Gamer. We could not do what we do without you. Thanks for supporting TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. Hope you guys are excited for the next devlog series, which will be cranking up in about a week or so. Got 2 new games on the horizon. Got a new port that we're getting ready to announce, and then we'll be starting a brand new game after that. So I hope you guys are excited for all that, and I'll catch you in the next video.